walking down the sidewalk when something bad happens to you. Call us and tell us what happened. I'm Omar House. Rescue your pet. We have an office near you. Visit HabitLaw.com. HABBAN.com.
KCBS News Time 8:58. Let's go back to your local Honda dealer's traffic center to get an update on this drive from Kim. Bay Bridge, not much of a wait at the toll plaza at all, so it's smooth sailing into San Francisco. Westbound Interstate 80 still shaking loose. A couple sluggish spots, we'll call it. Albany Hills 1, then again at Ashby Avenue as you make your way into Emeryville. We have a little bit of slow traffic. There was word of a stall earlier, or a little fender bender at the Powell Street off-ramp from West 80. That seems to still be tying up traffic a bit. We still have delay downtown Oakland. This is as you make your way from westbound that connector freeway as it comes aboard southbound 880, the Nimitz freeway. 2 lanes have been blocked by 980 backed up coming aboard the southbound side of the Nimitz freeway. We're looking a whole lot better actually. 280's completely recovered through Cupertino from earlier issues, and we're also seeing traffic loosening up now on northbound 87 Guadalupe Parkway, where there had been a stall near the Almaden on-ramp. Update 908 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sun for the Bay Area, except at the coast where, highs ranging from the 60s at the ocean to the 80s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on KCBS.
It's Friday, August 5th, 2022. Coming up on KCBS, I'm Holly Swan. Activists trash People's Park construction equipment. Now there's debate over how to stop the vandalism.
And this is Matt Bigler in East Oakland, where the school district's attempt to a tussle.
We're just trying to get back into the space that we love.
The Democrats get the votes to pass a slimmed down spending package.
CBS News is next. When you need to know. KCBS, CFM, and HD1. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
Servers, bartenders a little more easily than others, but any salary employee like management, near impossible.
Paul Carroll out outside Los Angeles. Today, government numbers show robust hiring with 528,000 jobs created last month. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Leisure and hospitality, which had suffered the most severe contraction amid COVID, added 96,000 jobs. But leisure and hospitality is still down by 1.2 million jobs. Hotels and restaurants are struggling to fill positions.
The government says the unemployment rate dipped to 3.5%. Senate Democrats are hopeful now they can pass a new spending bill that President Biden's been touting for months. CBS News White House correspondent Nancy Cordes.
Not only does it put some $370 billion into climate incentives, everything from putting solar panels on your house to buying an electronic would for the first time enable Medicare to negotiate some prescription prices. It would cap how much seniors pay for prescription drugs.
2 of 4 people critically injured in a strike near the White House last evening have died. Secretary of State Blinken says the U.S. will pursue avenues of discussion with Russia a day after Brittany Griner's 9-year prison sentence. The country's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, said Moscow is open to discussions on a possible prisoner swap. International affairs expert Justin Burke.
I wouldn't necessarily take Lavrov at his word. He has not been someone who can be trustworthy. The entire Russian state has not been trustworthy.
Families of victims who want answers in a school shooting may not get them as soon as they'd like, as we hear from CBS's Jim Krasula.
During a Texas court hearing, the Uvalde district attorney said it could take years to release evidence of the school shooting because of an ongoing investigation.
My constituents deserve these answers. They're not badly out there.
KCBS. Expect mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Just some clouds coast and maybe parts of the bay. Good morning. I'm Melissa Call Ross.
I'm Eric Thomas.
Here's what's happening.
Construction of Berkeley's People's Park into housing for UC Berkeley trashed equipment and fencing, prompting a temporary hold on the housing project. Now, as KCBS reporter Holly Kwan tells us, there's debate over how police should respond to unruly crowds and acts of vandalism.
In 2020, after the murder and the subsequent protests, Berkeley banned the use of tear gas, smoke canisters, and pepper spray by police. But when word got out this week that a violence at People's Park got out of aid was called, Alameda County Sheriff's deputies would show up armed with whatever they've been trained with. Sheriff Greg Baker telling KCBS,
If you ask us to do crowd control, we were going to bring our tools that we're trained to do with crowd management, and those tools include tear gas. So the city of Berkeley has a problem with agencies responding with tear gas. They'll call the National Guard or someone else that will not be using tear gas.
that prompted a hastily scheduled council meeting to consider a temporary lifting of the city's ban. But the mayor quickly canceled that after words with the sheriff, who assured city leaders that if mutual aid is called, he can help looking and moving those arrested. They don't have to be in direct contact with protesters. Berkeley Mayor Jesse Eric.
It's my strong belief that we should not use tear gas, and certainly should not use tear gas at the protest currently at People's Park. I think that would escalate things. We need to de-escalate the situation. Canceling the meeting was the appropriate step, and that we need to look at how to make sure our city is protected.
Holly Kwan, KCBS.
Activists and parents occupying a closed elementary school in East Oakland clashed with security guards when the district attempted to retake control of that. KCBS's Matt Bigler joins us from Parker Elementary with more.
Activists here at Parker Elementary are now on 24-hour security shifts, keeping watch for Oakland Unified employees. This after district security guards arrived on scene yesterday to change the locks in the school, but their attempts on campus from occupiers turned into a shoving match.
Unfortunately, one of our community members got shoved inside by accident, shoved down to the ground, and got in the lip and then handcuffed or detained.
School board candidate Valerie Batchelor says ultimately the guards retake the campus. Parent and activist Misty Cross says they are taking a stand not only for Parker, but for the 10 other campuses that the school board has voted to close due to budget cuts.
We will not give up easily this fight. As they see we're still here, we're still occupying this space.
Oakland police were on scene yesterday, but no arrests were made. In a statement, OUSD says Parker is now closed as a K-8 school, and they continue to demand the protesters find other ways to safely express their concerns. In East Oakland, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
A fire at an abandoned building near the Oakland is now under control. Fire at Edgewater and Pendleton broke out at about 5:45. Officials say the building had been red tagged after a previous fire several months back. Nobody was hurt in this morning's blaze, and there's no word yet on a cause.
Coming up in about 15 minutes on Ask an Expert, long COVID, what the government can do to treat it and understand it better, in addition to individual doctors. Now, we will cover that with Dr. John at 9:20. If you've got questions, feel free to send them to us at askus@kcbsradio.com. kcbsradio.com. Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Megan Goldsby on why the fight against monkeypox is personal for the head of one Bay Area testing lab.
KCBS traffic and weather time. Let's get an update on this drive to work on a Friday with Kim Wonderly. Well, things are finally beginning to settle down, but a couple persistent problems, one of them being in downtown Oakland. This report brought to you by Asian Box Restaurants. This is westbound 980, trying to come aboard southbound 880. Right downtown, there's standing crash in the right lanes. There was a person seen walking away from the vehicle when this crash first happened. That might explain why it's taking so long to clear. But if you're westbound on 980, trying to make that connection between 580 and 880, yeah, it's backed up all right from about 17th Street as you merge onto South 880. Bay Bridge, though, on the other hand, if you're Right at the toll plaza, hardly any delay. Westbound Interstate 80, sluggish traffic just from Albany Hill down toward Powell Street. There had been a crash off to the side at the Powell Street off-ramp. That should be clear, but it looks like a tow truck is still coming out that direction to try to clear it once and for all from the freeway. It's not blocking, though. And if you are heading to outside lands, it's starting to get crowded. Northbound 19th Avenue coming up through the city. It's pretty slow from Moraga all the way to Lincoln Way, entering Golden Gate Park. Of course, the best way is going to be public transit. Don't have those prepaid vouchers. Muni is great that you can use the 5 Fulton for the trip through the Richmond District to access Golden Gate Park, or the N Judah, the light rail line from the Sunset District is a good way too. Well, Asian Box creates an exciting, customizable catering experience for everyone. They envision healthy, fresh food that's authentic and tastes great. Nothing is better than Asian Box. You can order catering for your next event by visiting AsianBox.com. Your next update, 9:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
KCBS Bay Area forecast. We're looking at blue skies with some patchy clouds out there over the financial district. More clouds at the coast, but there'll be a lot of sunshine inland today. Look for highs in the 60s at the ocean, 70s by the bay, and the mid-80s inland. Tonight, cloudy, breezy at the coast, lows upper 50s at the ocean, and 60s around the bay and inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. 1069 and AM 740 KCBS.
California tribal leaders urge you to vote yes on Prop 27 because Prop 27 supports every single California tribe, including financially disadvantaged tribes who don't own big casinos. Prop 27 will also provide hundreds every year for permanent solutions to homelessness, mental health, and addiction in California. By taxing and regulating online sports betting with strong protections for minors, we can protect tribal sovereignty and help the people in our state that are hurting the most. Vote yes on Prop 27 and get a win for all Californians. Ad paid for by Yes on 27, Californians for Solutions to Homelessness and Mental Health Support, a coalition of housing and mental health experts, concerned taxpayers, and digital sports entertainment and gaming companies. Committee major funding from Penn Interactive Ventures.
When you want something great, you probably don't want to wait for it, right? I mean, you might even be stuck waiting in traffic right now, and, well, how enjoyable is that? Well, Xfinity has a great new offer on fast internet right now. Internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi too. And get this, there's no annual contract required, no equipment fees, and a 2-year rate internet guarantee. Plus, it even comes with a free Flex 4K streaming box, and it's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data, a price that is truly jaw-dropping. The Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. Don't wait. Visit Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices. KCBS News Time, 9/11.
The CEO of a Bay Area lab that has pivoted from just COVID testing to also rapidly turning around monkeypox tests says the effort to get the results back ASAP is more than just a professional mission. KCBS's Megan Goldsby with the story.
It's 100% personal. Being out since 1996 and living my life as a gay man, queer man in the Bay Area, in the world, there's so much stigma around MPX right now.
Stigma associated with the name is why Craig Growski, co-founder and CEO of Berkeley-based lab Renegade Bio, uses that abbreviation when he talks about it, and why he wants to get information back to the people testing for the virus as possible. His lab has already cut the return time in half, and they're hoping to do more, especially, he says, because there's a medical bias that anyone in a high group can face at the doctor's office, where they're prescribed medicine to treat viruses that can be sexually transmitted as soon as the patient says they've been exposed.
For me personally, that's happened a couple of times where I've been told that I should take medications, and I've been negative when the results come back. So it's like, what are we doing? We're doing it wrong. Precision medicine is the key. And in order to have precision medicine, you have to have rapid turnaround times on your diagnostics.
In Berkeley, Megan Goldsby, KCBS.
vote in California's Senate could determine how much money fast food workers make. Lawmakers on Monday will be voting to create a fast food council that would be responsible for setting working hours, wages, and health and safety standards for the industry. It also would hold national companies with more than 30 locations jointly liable for labor law violations committed by their franchisees. The measure passed in the state assembly in January. KCBS News Time 9:13. The Giants just continue to struggle. We'll get an update coming up in sports in 90 seconds.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart rate, pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
What would you do with extra money this summer? Fill the tank? How about a vacation? During Staples Fuel Your Summer Sweeps, a Staples Rewards member could win one of 5 $5,000 Visa gift cards to use for, or maybe, every $50 spent in store earns you an entry. Not a rewards member? Join today and enter Staples Fuel Your Summer Sweeps. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Open to legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 and older. Ends 8/6. Visit staplesconnect.com/Fuel Your Summer Sweeps for complete rules and eligibility.
You know those headlines that make you stop scrolling and actually read an article? I'm Mike Rogers. Those are the on my podcast, Something Offbeat, like the caterpillar infestation in Maine that had us rethinking our relationship with insects.
We were talking about a time 300 million years ago. There was a dragonfly. It had a 2-foot wingspan.
Just search for Something Offbeat in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up on KCBS, a deep dive into the latest research on the cause and treatment of long COVID.
Time to check the sports line at 9:15. Let's go over the Bay Area Chevy Dealer Sports Desk and Joe Hughes.
Well, the 49ers have been glad to have wide receiver Deebo Samuel back participating at practice this week after he signed a contract extension. And while it's easy to think that the standoff was just between Deebo Samuel and his agents and the 49ers front office, but these things rarely exist in a bubble, and the relationships between the players and coaches critical to mending the fences after there's been some tension, make everyone feel like they're still on the same team. 49ers left tackle Trent Williams, one of the veterans on this team, says that was his counsel to Deebo Samuel before the new deal got done.
One thing I told Deebo before that is that you got to continue to work on these relationships that's in the we worry about what's on the outside. I really worry about, who's in your corner saying this or that. Like, you and Cal have a great relationship, and I don't think you should let that go. I think by you talking to him and y'all being man that y'all are and the respect, I think everything get worked out.
Well, the Kyle he mentioned there was Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan. The way Deebo Samuel plays football inspires the rest of the team, so it was important to have him back.
Every time he touches the ball, you watch how he finishes the play. If there's any crease, he's going to exploit it. You watch what he do. I mean, the spark plug that he is for the team, you see us coming out of the locker room. It's not just for show. That's how we are in the locker room, period. So if you go in there right now, that boom box. And that's why he's important to this organization. That's why we had to have him.
Local baseball, Melissa, as you mentioned, it has been a struggle for the San Francisco Giants. The good news, they will not lose tonight. No Bay Area baseball. A rare Friday off for both the A's and Giants ahead of the 2-game weekend battle of the Bay. But the Giants have really been riding the struggle bus as of late. They have now lost 8 straight games to the Dodgers following last night's 5-3 loss. The team has just a 2% chance to make the postseason, where they are 6.5 games out of the final wild card spot with 2 teams still ahead of them. From the sports desk, Joe Hughes, KCBS.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high-commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher based investment products.
Well, you might trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio.